What's up, everybody, and welcome back to more Prison Architect. As you can see, I've kind of filled out the prison a little bit since our last episode. I finished up my first cell block here. So we've got 4, 8, 12, 16 cells, which will actually get us up to one of the grants that I want to do. There's a few topics I'm going to cover today, the first of which is the Needs tab. And this is unlocked by hiring a psychologist, so you got to make sure that he has an office. And you just go in here to your staff and you just grab one and plop them down in the office. Simple enough. And then this tab will be accessible. And basically, as you can see from the legend down here, red is critical, meaning if this gets too high, it could entice a riot. And as it goes down, you'll see satisfied. As we have with most of these things, the prisoners are very satisfied and they won't cause any trouble. Another thing you'll notice is the police chief here, who I believe unlocks the danger tab up here. This will tell you the danger level of your prison, which corresponds to the needs. So if their needs get out of hand, then the danger level is going to gradually increase, which could entice riots. Luckily, right now we have a low danger level and it's decreasing. One prisoner says that they're treated well, and one prisoner has serious complaints. I'm assuming the other ones are just kind of okay with everything that's going on. So, let's go in here to our grants, and we're going to grab Cell Block A, which gives us a 20,000 advance payment and a 20,000 completion bonus, and it wants us to raise our prison capacity to 15. Another thing we're going to be covering today is going to be the medical ward. So we'll go ahead and grab this one, and it requires us to do a psychologist, which we already have. We're going to have to hire 2 doctors, and we're going to have to build a medical ward. So that's something we're going to build right now. Let's go in here to our foundation. Let's actually not do that first. Let's go in here and actually look at the infirmary, which is the building we're going to be making. So it's just an area for your medical staff to work. All it requires is that it's indoors and has a medical bed. All you really need is 2 doctors and 2 medical beds. I haven't really found a need to build anything more than that. So let's go ahead and throw those down. We'll make them in concrete. And we'll build it right over in this area. Let's do our planning first. Actually, I kind of like connecting it over here to the offices. So let's put it right over here. And this wall won't actually be there, so we can build on this area too. And I believe the medical beds are 3 across, or 2 across. Yeah, they're 2 across and 2 down. So let's go ahead and denote that. Put it up here as far as we can. Something like that. Build our foundation around something like this. Doesn't need to be too big. Okay, we'll speed up the time here. As you can see, the rest of our prison is just working away, doing their own thing. They'll continue to follow the regiment, which is right here. Regiment, I'm not sure if I explained this in the previous episode, so I'll go over it one more quick time. Basically, you set the times for various activities, such as sleeping, eating, showering, and you allocate what hour you want them to be, and this little red line here will tell you exactly what time it is currently. And they will go and do all of these tasks as you see fit. Free time is usually better to set than yard, simply because with free time they'll go and do whatever needs they need to fulfill. And I will be going in here and adjusting some of these shortly, especially to accommodate for recreation, which is something they need a little bit more of, it seems. Go ahead and extend the free time out. You just make sure you click on the icon down here and extend it out that way. And there's our current staff list. Alright, so they are working away. We got 8 more prisoners coming in to fulfill our Cell Block A requirement. And in preparation for that, let's hire a couple more security guards. You can see our cash flow reducing up here, which is the money we have coming in versus the money we have going out. So currently we have a positive balance of $171 per day. That's with all of our employee expenses. All right, so this is done. Let's go ahead and plop down a door. A staff door on this side. And we'll put a large cell door on this side. Clothing is a need we haven't really gotten to yet. We'll have to build a laundromat or a laundry room, which you can actually task some of your prisoners to go in there and clean the clothes for you, rather than having to hire a janitor to do it. So that's an interesting bit we'll get into later. Comfort as well comes from sleeping and having their own special individual room. Not really special, they all kind of look the same in their freaking prisons. Freedom comes from having more time, I believe, outdoors and not being locked up quite as much. It gradually goes down on its own, and the more you have them locked up, the more this is going to increase. All right, so we've got this. Let's go ahead and denote it as an infirmary. And let's go ahead and plop down a couple of doctors. So indoors is passed. We need 2 doctors, and we need a medical bed. And that should be all we need for that. Sweet. All right, so our prisoners should be on their way. Let's go into our grants here. Here's one we can probably obtain pretty soon. Visitation rights is a good one to get. Let's see what else is in here. Unlock patrols. That's another thing I need to go over in this episode. By unlocking the police chief, you also get access to the deployment menu. Now the deployment menu is incredibly valuable. Basically, it allows you to designate certain buildings that only certain people can go into. So if you have minimum security prisoners, you can set a certain cell block room to only be accessible by minimum security prisoners. That way you can separate your minimum or medium or maximum security prisoners into different parts of the complex. So we're going to go into our staff only here. And we're going to set these guys over here to staff only, except for the infirmary, because we don't want anyone else going inside of these office areas. The holding cell can be denoted by, well, anybody. We'll put this kitchen as staff only for now. Also, this area over here where our electricity and water is. And everything else should be okay for now. So let's wait for our new arrivals. Let's see what we can unlock in here as well. Education, we'll get to that. Patrol is another good one to have, so let's grab that. Station guards at the sectors of your prison. That's not a bad one to have. Let's also grab this so we can have 3 grants at a time. And we're also going to want cleaning and groundskeeping to meet our requirement. We'll grab education as well. Armory as well. Go ahead and get these out of the way. We're going to need to expand our offices as well so that we can get a foreman. So let's go ahead and expand this guy right down over here. Now let's go into the planning. Make sure everything looks good. I believe they needed to be 4x4. Yep, 4x4. Just make that 4x4. Go ahead and plop down 2 more offices here. Trying to determine how much space we actually need. Alright, that should be sufficient. Let's lay down our foundation. We're gonna have to get rid of this wall sector here. That was a bit of a mistake, because you want to make sure you do that first. Oh, okay. It went down just fine then. Go ahead and denote these as office. And another office. And we'll put some walls all the way around these guys. Make a staff door here, and there. Alright, and we're also going to need our basics. You know, the basic office desk. Office chair. And filing cabinet. Probably should have done these all at once. And filing cabinet. Perfect. Alright, our new prisoners have arrived. Except I don't see anybody. Ah, here they are. Alright, so in doing so, let's hire a couple more security. Come on, you dang prisoners. I'm taking you to your cells. You guys are lucky. You don't have to sit in the holding cell. Alright, so let's go ahead and hire the foreman. Put him right down in there. Now it looks like we don't have enough electricity. We'll go ahead and extend that out to this room. But it looks like he's still okay in there regardless. Another thing to note about the needs tab is with family, instead of having a, what do you call them? Visitation room. Instead of having a visitation room, all you really need are these. The phones allow them to meet the same requirement, although you'll probably still want to build a visitation room anyway so that you can meet the grant that goes along with it. It makes you some extra money. Definitely a good idea. So the cleanliness seems to be a bit of a problem. As soon as we can, we're going to hire a janitor. All we really need is one. And when we have a laundromat, the janitor will pass all of the clothing out to the peasants over here. I shall call you peasants. You're no longer prisoners, you are peasants. And I'm going to go ahead and begin work on another cell block. I'm going to design it in much the same way that we already have it. And we're gonna extend it all the way out to about here. I like to leave a little bit of a gap so we can get by. Dividing them up this way also allows us to separate the different types of prisoners. At the moment, all we have is normal, though. Another thing we should do, put down metal detectors. Metal detectors will make sure that they won't sneak any contraband out of here. Contraband is bad, okay? We don't want anybody taking contraband out. We have not unlocked the contraband reports yet, so that'll come later. See, all these guys could have just ran off with a bunch of crap, and I don't even know what they took. They likely did. I usually put them outside of the yard. I put them here. I put them everywhere. And we're gonna need to make sure we get some electricity to it. See how our generators are doing. Ooh, we're gonna need some more capacitors. We'll throw down a bunch so we don't have to think about it. I'll probably be building another generator shortly because I don't like to stack too much on this one generator. Oh, and there goes the power. As you can see, we've lost power, but building these up real quick will change that problem. So you have to go in and actually turn them on individually. Not sure why they set it up that way. There we go. And we have power and lots of room to spare. Let's go ahead and extend out this. Actually, it's already running straight through there. That's perfect. Ah. Looks like it has deleted our wall. That can be fixed. Just like that. So these guys are getting an extended vacation, not having to sit in their cell blocks. See, how far across was this? 4. The outer wall is 5. So I guess we'd have a door right here. Something along those lines. And if I get it wrong, I can always replace it later. Oh, see, there goes the metal detector. These guys are getting searched at the moment. This guy wants drugs. Oh man, he found a spoon. Freaking lethal. Oh yeah, all these guys are filthy. You filthy criminals. How dare you steal my spoons? Now, we have not built a solitary confinement room yet, which is something we will need to do very, very soon. And that is where you would send prisoners that have done things such as this. That's also unlocked with the prison policy report, which we haven't unlocked just yet. Let's go ahead and plan out our rooms here a little bit. 2 by 3, 2 by 3. All right, so I pretty much nailed it. Another wall. All right, so let's go ahead and throw down some walls. Get these up quickly so we can start bringing in lots and lots of prisoners. Showing you guys exactly how I designed it. We'll let them throw down the foundation first. Speed up time here. Why is it saying we still don't have electricity here? It's a little odd. Could be a bug. Got that guy. Let's go in here and let's hire a janitor. Keep our place nice and tidy. You got a lot of work to do, janitor. We need at least 2 janitors for the requirement, and we'll hire a gardener. Cool. So that makes the end of that grant. Now we also should build a staff room. Staff rooms are places where your guards can go if they need a break. So we'll put it kind of right over in the middle here. Make it easily accessible to everyone. Trying to find it in the list here. Staff room. There we go. This needs to be 4x4 with a wide couch and drink machine. So we'll just stick to minimum requirements. There usually is not more than 1 or 2 people in here at a time anyway, so it's not a big deal. So we're going to want to start putting down some jail doors. Here we're going to need our entrance to this room. Go ahead and throw in a staff door. Also set our deployment to staff only. Oh no, not the yard. Don't want to set everything to staff only. That would be bad. That'd be really, really bad. That needs to go up. And we can set this as a staff room. So we also need to get that wide couch in here. Here's the wide sofa. Looks like everyone's coming in here. They're all tired. And we also need a drink machine. Put it against the back wall over here. Everybody's coming to chill. Yeah, we should also probably get some electricity in the room. That might be useful. You never know. We'll go ahead and turn on some more prisoners. Get some more guys coming in. We'll throw down a door here and a door here. One of the problems with this is that the doors will lock, as you can see. Also, these guys can't get out anyway. I might want to give them a way to get out. That could be useful. The guard has to come in here and let these guys out, essentially, and that makes it a little bit more tedious. Oh man, we got new prisoners about to show up. But we'll be ready for them. We're throwing down toilets. Toilets for everyone! Hooray! These prisoners are so happy. They all get toilets. I could be nicer and give them a TV. It would actually work to my advantage if you gave them a TV. Because then you'd have one less thing you have to worry about them rioting from. Alright, so the rest of these prisoners are going to get tucked away in here. And we're going to need lots more of these guys. Let's see what else we can research. This is a good one to have as well, because the guards get a little bit better at tracking and recovering the contraband. Let's go with that. Dogs are nice as well. I believe these can sniff out drugs, so I like to usually have some patrolling up and down this way where your prisoners frequently walk past and you'll be able to notice them. Maybe even put one in the cell block. I already set that as staff only. Oh, another thing we should put in the shower room would be some drains. So I'll stick a few of these in here while I'm thinking about it. These guys are all jacked up. And extend the piping all the way out. And we'll also denote these as cells. Get that out of the way. The more people we can get into cells, the better off we're going to be. Unless these guys are going to freak out. Let's take a look at our needs. Oh, everything's doing quite nicely. There's quite a bit on medium, but nothing critical. A couple things on high, which would be clothing, but that's still not too bad. We will get to that shortly. The cloning tool is quite nice too, so we'll go ahead and grab that. A lot of the stuff you can get pretty early on with the grants. And it usually is a good idea to get most of them. The body armor and tasers we will hold off on for now. I usually don't have too much trouble keeping my prison under control, but I might rile them up for a future episode just to kind of show you guys what happens when there are riots. Prison labor, we'll want that in a bit. Our janitors are working hard. Let's see. Whoops. I denoted that as a holding cell. That is not a holding cell. It is a cell. A cell. Let's start another set of walls. Start throwing down some doors. To be efficient, I should probably line up 2 sets of doors on this side. And just kind of have this as a means of getting up maybe to a different area in the future. So let's go ahead and put this... Well, before I make a mistake, make sure we know what we're actually doing here. It's easy to make mistakes, and you will lose money if you do, so you don't want to make them if you can avoid it. That is where our door will go. We'll have cell doors all along here. Go down like that, and across. This as well. Oops. It's a little convoluted. Okay, so the way I built this, it looks like I'm going to have to put the door on this side. Oh well. It was actually my mistake. Getting a little lost. It happens. Right. Another cell door here. I'm going to start putting some cell doors on this side. sufficient. Now they can leave. I wish there was a way to select like a whole bunch of doors and just set them all to open. Maybe that's a feature we'll see later on in the game. If the developers happen to see this, I would like that feature very much. It would make building cells a lot easier for me. Did these not get denoted? Well, they did. There's nobody in them at the moment. Maybe I have to set them manually. Sometimes you have to set them manually. Oh boy, this guy's got a spoon. You asshole. Okay, looks like all the cells are filled. So, let's go ahead and grab some more beds. Same design as before. At this point of the game, you just want to be trying to cram as many prisoners in as you can, because that means more money for you and allows for further expansion. But make sure you have police officers to match. Otherwise, it could be a problem. All right, let's go ahead and lay down one of these K9 unit guys. And they've got themselves a dog, and they'll sniff out drugs. We want 2 of those. I'm going to have one of the dog patrols going from here down to here. And another drug dog patrol going from here to here. And that's how you set up the pathing. And then you just right or left click in order to place an icon, and left click in order to take it away. So by doing that, I've assigned one of our patrols. By clicking here, I've assigned 2 patrols. And that is where they will go, and they'll just go back and forth. You can also go ahead and set up some patrols for our guards. So we'll have one going up and down the cell block here, like this. This is definitely not the most efficient way to build a prison, but, you know, it's a start. I'm trying to show you guys the fundamentals. You can go crazy with the design. See, are all the cells full? Looks like they are. And soon we'll have more prisoners to fill these out. Got 2 more guys here that still need rooms. And we've got 8 more prisoners soon to arrive. Alright, so the prison policy is what allows us to unlock that one tab here, which is the policy tab, and that will allow us to adjust different types of punishments for things that occur. I believe that this icon means that the dog smelled out something but was not able to trace it down. Sometimes these will pop up and the dog will follow them. Interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and set patrols here. First thing in the morning, I'm actually going to perform a shakedown, which is something you want to do every now and then, but make sure your prisoners are happy before you do it. And this will make your guards cycle through and search everybody along with every single room. They'll find whatever drugs or anything that people are holding. They'll also find tunnels that people have built trying to escape. go ahead and set these guys to their new rooms while we await the new prisoners. Well, why the heck are there lights blocking the doorway? Yeah, let's get rid of those. I wish there was a way to detach them, just dismantle them. But it does not appear to be the case. Alright, so we're going to have another set of cells right here. Alright, so we've got new prisoners on the way. And they'll, of course, go to the cell block. Not sure why these guys won't go to the different rooms. Alright, well, I think that about covers it for this episode. So in the next episode, I'll be showing you guys some other features of this awesome game. So I'll see you then.